Okay, good morning. This is the council update for following the regular meeting yesterday, April 28th. I'll just, as usual, fly through this. Now that we're back in the town office, people are saying I should be at my desk at the town office, but there's too much oak. There's not enough color for Chris here, so I'm going to continue on with the chairs. First thing, we had a couple of delegations, one from Kathy McPhee, Shelley Coote, and Doug Munn. Kathy's from Alberta Health Services. Shelley's from she's the manager of FCSS in town, and Doug Munn is the manager of Human Impact Services in town. They just talked a lot to us about a lot of the different programs that are going on socially for residents of High River, and obviously everybody knows that the anxiety levels, and especially coming into June like this, the anxiety levels are high, and there's a lot of people that do still need help. So in partnership with the Hearts and Minds and a whole bunch of volunteers, they've been going door to door and meeting with people and just explaining the programs that are in, and all, you know, the Hearts and Mind group that is focused mainly on kids in town is just doing an amazing job, and going door to door just shows the commitment to these groups of making sure that High River's taken care of. We understand that there's people that can't get out and go to these programs themselves, so they're taking it right to their door. One was just a gentleman, Randy Mulder, from the High River Christian Reformed Church, which was just speaking about a land use redesignation that they're requesting, as well as they want to put a new sign out front of the church. So Randy came just to explain to us a little bit about exactly what that is. There's one land use redesignation, R1 to R1A secondary suite, for a home on 17th Street Southeast. It was unanimously defeated by council. Their secondary suite that came up, that was just first reading, so there'll be a public hearing. That one's on number 9 Mist Road Southwest. There's an amendment to the Business Tourism Advisory Committee bylaw, which is basically just reallocating so that we can make it easier for people to get on that committee, and also to have one designated spot for a member from the High River Chamber of Commerce. It's very important to us that all of our organizations that are all involved, especially in business, that all organizations are talking with each other and working together to come up with these solutions. We have approved the new Municipal Emergency Management Plan. This has been rewritten start to finish. Our emergency management plan now is so comprehensive as to how it deals with so many different agencies and how we do this, how the Director of Emergency Management operates with our local state of emergencies, how council operates within those local states of emergency. Everything has been rewritten. We learned a lot of lessons in 2013, obviously, and they've all been accounted for. Will be revisited constantly, and especially every spring, to make sure that everything's up to date with different technologies, etc. So, new business, couple of board appointments to the Arts and Culture Board. Ms. Joyce Brown was appointed, and the Business Tourism Advisory Committee, Angela Milner from McBride Group was appointed, and Jody Dawson was also appointed. So we touched on again was batch number 7 of the property tax forgiveness. That was council forgive 2013 property taxes in the amount of $64,468.85. Another housekeeping thing that's been standard through the last few months. We also did look at our upcoming operating budget. Tom Meyer is just doing an amazing job trying to get this, but we're still in negotiations with getting some much needed help from the Alberta government with our tax situation in town, so that we don't have to lower taxes for some people, but in the same manner really increase taxes for others so that we can make our budget requirements. So that's an ongoing thing. Org changes, Deputy CAO Rob Roycroft just got us to endorse the org changes within the Town of High River. Organizational changes is what that is, within the Town of High River that we kind of unveiled to staff, etc. last week. So it was just a council endorsement that we needed to do, housekeeping. We had a great turnout to the Town of High River booth at the trade fair. Lots of positive feedback. It's great to hear that people are on board with the direction we're heading. It's very motivating for us. I do have to thank Councillor Moore, who wins the best trade fair councillor this year. I think he always does, but I'm giving him out the prize, which is probably just a pen. But the man set up the booth, took down the booth. He was there from 5 to 9 on Friday, and he was there from 9 to 5 on Saturday. Did not stop. He was signing people up on the High River Alert System, which everybody must get signed up for, highriver.ca. But Don just did an absolute amazing job for us, and all the other councillors, Kathy Cooey, Bruce Masterman, Dragon Brankovich, they all did a great job at that booth all day on Saturday, but Don wins the pen. May will be Flood Awareness Month. Starts May 1. Everybody needs to be paying attention to the events that we've got going. Everybody asked for it. We've got a lot of things happening in May, so you need to pay attention to it and make sure you know what's happening, and we'll get this thing done right. So the first one is the Audible outdoor warning system, and as I mentioned before, these are temporary sirens that we're going to have in place. The permanent ones, we just don't have the timeline effectively, so we've leased a couple of temporary ones. The permanent ones will be, the construction will start on them. They just won't be done when we need them to for June. So, but we are going to be doing a siren test on May 9th. You'll hear the sirens go off. Make sure you're paying attention to your phones. It's not going to be on TV or anything like that. But it's a test for the mass notification system. You'll also notice on that day, and the days leading up to it, that Canada Task Force 2 will be setting up a mobile EOC right across from the co-op. So you'll notice lots of stuff going on this week. The important one is May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd, 12 to 3 at the Highwood High School is the Emergency Preparedness Expo, and those are the vendors and people that are there to educate you on your own personal preparedness, which is an extremely important portion of everything that we're doing. We've got the provincial level and municipal level and your own personal preparedness that you have 100% control of as to how well you are set up for that. If you're relying on the government to take care of everything for you, relying on the municipality, please do not do that. That's just irresponsible. So make sure your home program is set up for your family and how that all works. But the vendors that'll be at the Preparedness Expo, Alberta Health Services, Animal Bylaw Services, ATCO Gas, Canadian Red Cross, Harvard Fire Department, Salvation Army, Samaritan's Purse, St. John's Ambulance. These guys will all be there to educate you and answer your questions on, okay, here's my house, here's my situation, here's how big my family is. We have mobility issues, we have seniors. How do we deal with all of this? So they're there to answer your questions and help you get a proper plan in place for your home. 72-hour kit's extremely important. Making sure you've got some flood sacks at home. They're not just used if water comes around. They can be used to block sewer backup. So having all these things in place is extremely important. So make sure Saturday, May 3rd, 12 to 3, Highwood High School, the Emergency Preparedness Expo. Please do not miss it. If you have any questions, we're all available. See Snodgrass at highriver.ca is my email address. You can phone the town, they'll leave a message for me, I'll get back to you. All the councillors are available as usual. Very open group that's ready to answer your questions and get this handled. So May 1st, Flood Awareness Month starts. A lot of exciting things happening, and we need to be prepared. So thanks very much.